All right, all right. So thank you so much, Leah. I'm assuming you're done, right? Okay, good, good, good. All right, so we're gonna keep going. You heard from Zion. He's coming up next. He is our expert from Nigeria who's gonna share with you some tips on mindset. Now, he is an expert in this because that's what he talks about, right? Positivity. So, without further ado, Zion, the floor is yours.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric, Leah, Garcia, and Annie, and the wonderful and amazing people in the comment section. Please, if you are here, keep dropping your comments. Tell us where you are joining us from so that we can shout you out. You are our MVP today. We want to celebrate you and we want the world to know that you are here. So don't just look, don't be a spectator, participate and drop in the comment. Yes, my name is Zion Inogiri, your Mr. Positive Energy, your positivity coach and mentor, empowering you through positivity to be successful in life and also in your business. Today's topic, it's very powerful, how to develop a winning mindset. And I love the fact you said develop. A winning mindset is not something you find along the way. A winning mindset is not something you receive as a gift. Oh, somebody's going to gift you a winning mindset. No, it's something you have to develop, you have to nurture, you have to groom over time. So I'm going to share with you 4 golden nuggets. I'm going to take a leaf from Leah's page now. 4 golden nuggets on ways where you can develop in winning mindset. The first is study people who are already winning. Now, this is something most people do not do. We live in a world where people are so full of themselves. We live in a world where people can get so arrogant, where people can feel, oh, I know it all, where people can feel, oh, I have arrived. One way for you to develop a winning mindset is to study people who are already winning. Study Eric F. King, study Leah Garcia, study any, study people who are winning. Why? Because it becomes much more easier for you to embrace the winning mindset. Why? Because they've done all the workload that it entails to get there. All you have to do is to study them, take from their arsenal of knowledge, take from their wealth of wisdom, take from their wealth of experience, and then apply it into your life. If you want to win in life, you must understand that studying people who have already won and who are winning, it's very, very important. No pride, no sentiment. It is for your own good. If you are studying a successful person, it's not for the sake of the person. It's for your sake. It's for your own good. And that's why you must understand that. Position yourself to study people. Study. Take out the time. Because a winning mindset is not found, like I said. It's not a gift. It's something you nurture. It's something you grow over time. That takes me to my second point. When it talks about a winning mindset, if there's something I've learned about getting a winning mindset is consistent learning. You must position yourself to be a lifelong learner. You must position yourself at every given opportunity, at every given time. For anybody you come across, there is something you need to learn. A winner is someone that learns. He never arrives. A winner is somebody that knows that life is a journey and not a destination. A winner is someone that knows that all I know is not what there is to know. There is more. Oh, yes, you might have gotten the certain amount of money you want, but there is more. You might have achieved the success you wanted to achieve, but there is more. I tell you, no matter how big your success is, it can just be where somebody else has kicked off their own. That's why you must maintain a consistent learning mindset. When I talk about learning mindset, it has to be consistent. Don't say because I learned on Monday, I will not learn on Tuesday. Don't say because I learned last week, I'm not learning this week. No. For you to develop a winning mindset, you have to learn. Our mind evolves every day. Our mind grows every day. And one thing that you must do is the ability to feed your mind. A winning mindset is a mindset that is being fed well. You must feed it. I have experience when it comes to farming. Most people wait for harvest. They are very anticipating of their harvest. But not all farmers take out the time to invest in the process before they harvest. In the process of weeding, in the process of grooming, in the process of adding water, adding manure, these are processes. that accumulates to you getting to the harvest you want to get. So you must take out the time to nurture your mind. Feed your mind. When you feed your mind with healthy information, your mind will produce an healthy life. That's why I will always say this. Your mindset equal your life set. So how to develop a winning mindset is equal to how to develop a winning life set. So if you want your life to be set, there is need for you to develop your mind, because your mind is at the center of everything you do. And as you feed your mind, it replicates itself in your life. And my third point, this I love so much. And I love talking about positivity because this is something I do every day, coaching people and mentoring people on the power of positivity. The reason why most people fail, why they don't achieve success, is because they are so entangled in the cycle of negativity. You are focused on the things that is not working well. You are focused on the things that you do not have. You are focusing on your weaknesses. Let me tell you, the same energy you are using to focus on negativity, if you can use that same energy to focus on positivity once, it will change your life for good. So if you want to develop a winning mindset, there is need for you to consistently embrace the power of positivity. Now, you only hear me say this. In positivity, there's endless possibilities. With a positive mindset, you see the possibilities in life. Nothing is too hard for you. Nothing is too difficult for you. No matter the challenges, no matter the mistakes, no matter the shortcomings, you just know that you will win. Nothing can stop you from winning. That's what a positive mindset does for you. So you must be able to say, you know what? I know challenges are there. I made a mistakes. Oh, yes, I might not have been able to achieve my goals from the beginning of the year. We have the last quarter with us. You can do so much more. You must believe it. And that comes from a positive mindset. And lastly, I will end with this. I do not take this for granted. If you truly want to win, a person that truly wins is a person that wins with God. I will say this again. A person that truly wins, I don't care who you are, a person that truly wins is someone that wins with God. So I encourage you, as you are building yourself, nurturing yourself towards a winning mindset, make sure you win with God, because that's where the true satisfaction is. By the time you win and there is God with you, you are satisfied for life. I encourage you, position yourself to nurture this mindset. Like I said, a winning mindset is not a gift. It's something you nurture. It's something you groom over a period of time. So thank you so much for listening. I give my back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Zion. You always give great nuggets, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, so I noticed that a lot of people on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, but they're not putting anything in the chat. So here's what I want everybody to do. Tell us where you're zooming in from. Something very simple. Hey guys, good morning. I'm zooming in from California, whatever, wherever it is. Okay. For now, I see some people that are on, and I'm going to shout you out. I have to get on my phone because for some reason it didn't come up on my computer anymore. All right. So yeah. So welcome to the call, Coral. Coral, good to see you. Sharon Rose, good to see you. Welcome. Natasha, good to see you. Good morning. Who else? Who else? Who else? Let's see. Oh, Ashwin. Ashwin, yeah, good. Good to see you. She says, how are we doing? We're doing great. We're doing great. Thank you so much. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Definitely put your comments in the chat, and also think of your questions and put your questions in there, because we're going to answer the questions, right? Start with question and then ask the question. Eric Doby, we see you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the call. Margaret, we see you as well. Welcome. Okay, great, great, great. So keep putting your information in there. Okay, so now our next speaker hails from Great Britain. All right, and he has the accent to prove it. He hails from Great Britain. We may not see his video, but we do see his face there. He is a fame expert. So what does that mean? He makes you famous online, right? He made me famous on LinkedIn, right? So if you want to be able to connect with a lot of people, right, and get them to engage with you, buy your products, get in on your calls or your events, he's the guy to talk to. So, and he is also a great person to talk about our topic today, mindset. So without further ado, Annie Asong, the floor is yours.
Good morning, my friend. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And thank you for joining us. This is a huge topic. When I saw the topic, Eric, I was like, wow, this is a whole series in itself, right? Because this is what we talk about most of the time. I don't know, my friends. I hope you will. Because what we say today will resonate with you, not just me, right? Because this is, I see an issue, and the issue I see is that many people hear the words about mindset. That I'm sure some read the books. I'm sure some watch the videos, but they leave our events, they leave whatever they're looking at, and just carry on. Do nothing. Nothing changes. And they wonder why nothing changes, right? If you don't change, nothing changes. You see, look, I think we've all been at that post of, am I going to do this seriously? Am I just going to do this? Am I going to believe some of the things that I see and take it from there? See, my friends, developing a winning mindset for me was probably the biggest thing I've done in my life. It's the biggest task I've taken on. I say that because there's so much more to it. There's so much more than thinking positively. There's I mean, Mrs. Z and Queen Leah pretty much said it. You said it very well as it is, right? We have to look. We have to truly look within ourselves. We have to be self-aware. We have to look at our thinking. We have to look at our behaviors, our habits. We even have to look at our subconscious. Now, the question that I had to face was, can I do this myself? Because I'm sure, we all think we can, right? And you know what I learned? You can't. Sorry, you can't do it by yourself. You just can't. Like I said, I see people every day. They take bits of the science and run away. When in truth, you need to apply the whole science, because a winning mindset is not a way of thinking. It's not even a way of behaving. It's a way of being. You have to become a different person. Now we find that very hard to do by ourselves. I assure you, I did. Really. And the answer is simply get a mindset coach. That's the answer. It's how many times did I regress back to my old behaviors? Almost every day. And if you want a concrete example, my friends. So a winning mindset involves being positive, being optimistic, right? And I think as humans, we have this tendency to be negative. Something goes wrong, we're like, it's gone wrong, it's terrible, my life is ended. It hasn't ended, it's nowhere near, right? If it ended, life would be quite easy, right? You need to really look within yourself and learn to think, what drives me? What do I really think? How do I really feel? As Mrs. Z said, we need an accountability partner. We do. You need someone who's going to look you in the eye and say, right, you're bullshitting yourself. Stop it. Stop it. You're stuck because you keep thinking the same way. But I think that goes through everything in mindset, right? Everything in a winning mindset. It requires you to be brutally honest with yourself and be brutally honest about learning and becoming a different person. Now, the principles, I said, the habits, even looking at your subconscious, we all like to think, oh, that's a small thing. Only a coach would tell you the truth. That is the thing. Our emotions, yes, is a big part of it. Our thinking is a big part of it. And even how we face the world is a big part of it. Our routines is a big part of it. Now, how many of us pretend that we're doing when we're not doing? That's where a coach comes in, my friends. A coach would pull you up, and a good coach has insights that you never think of. It's in business, in your personal life. The first thing my mindset coach told me was, your relationship with your family is the biggest problem. Deal with that. And I'm like, wow, really? I thought it was just business, family, two separate things. I'm like, no, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. Yeah, unless you fix your family first, you can't have a peace of mind to do anything else. You know, I'm saying there's so much to learn. In my set school I went to, there's 12 lessons, 12 topics. You know, you can't learn those by yourself. You need a coach, someone to actually take you through it. That's the only way you're going to develop a winning mindset. Any other way, you're going to do a bit here, bit there, and then regress here, regress there. And you say, why doesn't it work? Anyway, it does work. Get a coach.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Annie. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Great nuggets. Great nuggets. And we're going to keep on going. So I see some people now that are commenting. Tracy, welcome. I believe it's Joan or Joanne from Nigeria. Welcome. Jackie Raymond is here. Good to see you. All right. All right. A lot of people. All right. So keep putting in your comments. Janice, good to see you. And put your questions also. All right. So real quick, I'm going to share with you 2 golden nuggets, right? That's what Leah calls them, golden nuggets. So now here's the deal. Here's the deal. There are 2 golden nuggets that changed my life, my entire life. I'm not exaggerating. What I'm going to share with you changed my life. It changed my family tree. It allowed me to live the life of my dreams. It allowed my family to live the life of their dreams. These 2 things I'm about to share with you. So you may want to write it down. You may want to circle it, underline it, bold it, do whatever you have to. All right, here we go. When I was a young man, I'm still young, but I was younger back then. When I was a young man, I used to blame everything and blame everybody for my circumstances, my unfavorable circumstances. So I would say things like, they don't even pay me enough at my job. How did they expect me to pay my bills? Right? I would say things like, the government doesn't even help us. Like, they don't even the taxes are too much. Right? I would blame everybody and everything for my circumstances. And what happened was, because I did that, I had no control over what I can accomplish, right? Because I was always blaming people and blaming circumstances. So let me give you a few other examples. If you say something like, the reason I can't build my business right now is because I have 3 kids and they take up a lot of my time. Here's the thing. You give up all your control and all your power to succeed to the excuse that you have 3 kids, which means as long as you have 3 kids, you can't succeed. Now, here's the thing. People succeed with 6 kids, right? People say, well, Eric, you don't understand. I come from a poor family. I said, what does that have to do with it? That has nothing to do with it. All that tells me is you need to be the rich person in your family, right? So when I say take responsibility, I don't mean that everything is your fault. No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that your father left when you were a kid and you don't have a father. That's not your fault. But you have to decide that you're going to succeed anyway, right? It's not your fault, right? It's not your fault. There are a lot of things I went through. It wasn't my fault. But when I say take responsibility, it's like, don't make out an excuse to fail. Don't make it an excuse to fail. All right. Okay. So I'm a full-time business owner, right? And I make my own schedule. I enjoy the benefits of being a full-time entrepreneur where I don't have a boss. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. But it wasn't always like that. I used to work jobs that were very demanding, that were hard, that took up all my days and sometimes nights. And I used to say, because I have a demanding job, I can't really build my business. And guess what? I was failing back then. But the day I changed my mindset and said, the reason I need to build my business is so I can get out of this job that's driving me crazy. Everything changed. And then I ended up building a business and making way more than I ever did at the job. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. So So anytime you have a situation, you're not accomplishing something, stop and say, what can I do to change the situation instead of blaming somebody or something? All right. So that's number one. I know that was a little long, but trust me, it can help you. Okay. I want to help somebody. If I change one person's life today, I'm happy. Just one. All right. All right. So number two, what I did when I was young. And this one happened by accident. Someone invited me to an event when I was in my 20s, I was right out of college. And he said that this event, you have to pay to attend the event. And then you're going to see all these speakers on there that are doing well in life, that are living an incredible life. And I said, well, I don't have the $50 to go. He said, well, if you don't go, you'll never have the $50. Why don't you find the $50 to go so you can learn from the people in there, so you never have to make that excuse that you don't have $50? I said, wow, I never thought about it that way. So I found the $50 and I went and I saw all these people like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, people that have an incredible mindset and they change the way I think. And then I started going to these events and learning from them. And it started to change my life in every way. So here's my second point. Attend events. Attend events, both live, in person, and online. Events where you can learn from other people, right? Like I've been on Leah's podcast. I've learned from her and her speakers. Jay Pasquale, I've been on a podcast where he was a speaker, right? Right? Where he was a speaker, and I learned from him and the great Cassandra Terry, right? Right? So you want to attend events to learn and grow from experts. Like when I teach you guys sales, it's not all original. I learned this from somebody, right? Speaking, I learned it from great speakers. Mindset, I learned it from great experts. So you want to go to events at least once every couple of months. I do it every month. Well, that's my business, right? But you want to go to events and learn and grow. And here's the thing: when you go to an event, take notes, but don't try and do everything they tell you to do. Don't try and implement everything, because you won't do anything. If it's too overwhelming, you won't do anything. Just pick maybe 2 things that you're going to do to change your business or your life, and say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this from today. Right? And that can help you. That will help you. That will help you. So those are the 2 things I want to share with you. My 2 golden nuggets. All right. Appreciate that. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, welcome, Yolanda. Good to see you. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to go real quick. I'm going to go around the room so everybody can tell you how you can get a hold of them. But we're not done. We got another 30 minutes. And then we're going to get into the questions. We have some great questions. All right. Leah Garcia, we'll start with you. Tell us how we can reach you if you have anything going on.
Yeah, I always have something going on. We've got Money Mondays, we've got Tax Tips Tuesday, Wealthy Wednesday, Thursdays of Thrive. I don't know, it's everything. Financial Literacy Friday, we've got everything. So great way, easy way to get a hold of me. I'm all over social media. LinkedIn is really my home. You can send me a DM there. Also, I have a QR code here, guys. You could just do my QR code. You can also visit my Biz in a Box, which is like an interactive website. You can download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth, and you can also take my money quiz. So, and I'd love to have a coffee chat. I see a lot of people I know, but I see a few people that I don't know. I'd love to have a coffee chat with you. Thank you so much, Eric.
Awesome. You're welcome. Zion, go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eric. For me, I do my Friday Positivity Live event, where we are able to impact thousands of people globally with a positive message. So if you want more positivity, you want a community that is very intentional about positivity, join us on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For those in West Africa, at 7 p.m. And you want to reach out to me. I love having conversation with people, because in conversation, a whole lot can happen. Do where to reach out to me on LinkedIn, Zion Inaugural. The only Zion Inaugural you're going to find there. And I'm waiting for you. Reach out so that we can go on a journey of positivity together. Thank you so much. I yield my back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Appreciate that. Any awesome? Go ahead.
Yes. The LinkedIn is my home. It's where I spend most of my time. and I would love to know who you are and what you do. If you haven't met already, connect with me. I just put my link in the chat. So let's talk. Let's talk. I can't help you if you don't know what I do. You can help me if I don't know what you do.
That's right.
So let's talk, and then let's become friends.
Awesome. Appreciate that. For me, folks, I have one thing I want to share with you. One and only one. I have put together a host of incredible speakers, coaches, and authors that will be taking the stage live. They're flying in to my studio, and they're going to be speaking and sharing valuable information with you. It's free. So we got mindset coach. We have a public speaking coach. We even have a lady that's going to talk about health and wellness, how to lose weight, right? So we have a professional basketball. Oh my goodness! Look, if you hear his story, we have a lady who's gone through so much in life that when you hear her story, you won't make excuses ever again. So that's what I want to share with you. It's free. It's free. I just put it in the chat. Call if you can put it in LinkedIn. Okay. It's October 20th. Be there. Now, here's the thing. You're going to be on a big screen, big Zoom screen. Okay. And we want to see your faces. So I want to see your faces, Natasha. I want to see you there. It's good to see your picture, but I actually want to see you on the big screen. Natasha, I want to see you there. Carl, I know you're going to be there. Tracy, I would love to see you there. I love to see all of you on the big screen. Jay, would love to see you. Yolanda, I'd love to see you on there. Sharon Rose, would love to see you. Everybody on here would love to see you. Margaret, I don't know if I've seen you. I want to see you on the big screen. Joan from Nigeria, I want to see you on the big screen. All right, so click on the link. It's free. Click on the link. It's absolutely free, right? Events changed my life. Now I'm bringing them to you, okay? And also, and that's for general admission. If you want to go premium admission, you not only will you be able to watch, but you'll also get, I did an audio of 50 ways to stay motivated every day of your life. 50 ways to stay motivated every day of your life. That's one of the bonuses. Then you get another bonus of another event I did. I put it in there. And then I did an ebook about finances and wealth. Anyway, check it out. It's free to join. It's free to come, but you can go premium if you want all the stuff, and you won't believe how inexpensive that is. All right, so let's keep going. Let's go to the questions. All right, let me go up here. Let's see, questions. Okay, let's start with this. Coral says, what daily habits or routines have helped you with your mindset? Daily habits or routines that's helped you with your mindset. Who would like to tackle that? Go ahead, Leah.
I would say for me, it's really getting up earlier. I'm really not a morning person. If you guys want to know the truth, I'm really not. I would love my day to start like 8 o'clock. But what I realized is that when I watched, like Annie was saying, to watch your peers, and Zion was saying to watch other people, I watched the people who were having success and they all got up early. So I started getting up earlier at 7 a.m. and then 6 a.m. Now, I don't know. I'm getting up at 2:30. I don't even know how that works. But listen, you all have another level inside you. It's probably the thing that you don't want to do. It's probably the thing that you need to do the most. Great question, Coral.
Awesome. Who else would like to go? Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Cora, for that great question. For me, one of the routines I do, or I do a lot, but one is positive affirmations. The ability to speak to my day, to speak to myself, and to speak to my life. I tell you, I used to be someone who used to be shy. I used to be timid. I used to feel I'm not good enough. I used to have this self-limiting belief. But from the moment I began to practice affirmation, I tell myself I'm the best. And that's the truth. I tell myself I'm the best today, tomorrow. In 1 month's time, I start becoming the reality. There's something I've learned about mindset. It's everything we build in this life is built twice. First in your mind, and then in reality. This show, it was just a thought. Mr. Eric talked about it, and today we are living the reality. So the ability for keep speaking to yourself. Don't give chance for negativity. Every day speak to yourself. I'm the best. I'm good enough. I have what it takes to succeed. I'm the one that causes the change to happen. You know, when you keep saying this word to yourself, it changes your life. For me, it helped me so much that it helped me to grow self-confident. It helped me to become a better person. So affirm yourself with words. You can write those words down, write them out like a list, and be saying it, be reciting it to yourself every day. And I tell you, it's going to make you a winner. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. I yield my back.
All right. Thank you so much. Annie, did you want to
Well,
speak?
yeah, of course. So, which I see more of my friends are here to welcome people.
Yeah.
My day, look, my day starts with, I guess, gratitude. You know, I was thinking how to sort of say what I do. So essentially, I thank God. As I mentioned, that's with God in your life somewhere. I didn't believe it until as I learned my mindset. I tried to resist it. I really did. But now I'm all in. I've had to come to the understanding spirituality is something. It means something, right? So I start my day thanking God essentially for the good things that have happened to me. Whether you call it gratitude, call it what you like, right? Call it journaling, maybe. And then I meditate. I think part of the winning mindset, as Ian just said, is seeing what you want to happen. Seeing, what you see is what you feel. That's a reality. That it takes doing, right? The meditation is my chance to essentially play through how I want things to go, and then go and live it, go and do it. Go and take action, right? And maybe that's not say it is my habits. Is I don't scroll social media. I refuse because I don't want to think about those things. It's so easy to get distracted from our goals. I spend time thinking of my goals instead, rather than looking at what social media is doing. I just don't do that. So that's not me, right? I think that's something that I think we could all benefit from. I assure you.
That's a great tip right there. That's a great tip. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So one of the things I do is I listen to positive audios. So I have Audible, and I like to listen to books on on audio. I also like to listen because sometimes I can't watch, right? So I like to listen to audios of people that don't just share something to motivate me, but something I can learn from, right? I do that a lot, right? One of my sons was like, Dad, you always listen to that positive stuff. I said, it's because of that positive stuff that I was able to go to Jamaica last month. Right? It's because of the positive stuff. That's why I'm able to pay your college tuition, because of the positive stuff, right? So listen to positive stuff, guys. It works. It works. All right. So let's see. Question by Natasha. How do you know when it's time to shrink your circle of competitive peers or one-upmanship folks in your industry? Energy vampires. I love that, energy vampires. Yes, there are a lot of them out there. That's a good question. Who'd like to go? Who'd like to go? I hope Zion is able to talk because I see him.
Yeah, it seems frozen, right? It seems
Yeah,
frozen.
I think
Hopefully
he's
we'll
frozen.
come back.
Yeah, Leah, do you want to go first? Do you want to share?
Yeah, I would just ask, why would we have energy vampires in our circle to begin with? And with all due respect, I know sometimes we get pushed into those circles because of, our leadership, it's by default, or maybe it's just the organization that you're involved with, that's kind of their culture. But if you have those vampires, I just say you got to off with their heads. Eric knows that's what I say. Like we just can't have those. And you can attract a whole new tribe. If that's embedded into your business, then find another way to build your own tribe outside of that. So that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, like that. Great point.
Yeah.
Great point. Go ahead.
Mrs. Z, you're back. Do you
Yes.
want to speak on this? Do you want to speak on this?
Yes, I want to share something on that. I love when she said, "How do you know?" For me, being around people that makes you comfortable, that makes you feel loved, that make you feel supported, that makes you feel appreciated, that makes you feel wanted is very, very important. So if these people do not make you feel loved, do not make you feel wanted, do not make you feel appreciated, it's a sign for you to know that you have to shrink away from them. You have to stay away from them, because we have people like that a whole lot. The more we stay with people like that, the more they're going to sap your energy, the more they're going to take away from you. So when you notice that people does not make you feel valued, they do not make you feel appreciated, they do not make you feel supported, it's a sign that you have to leave that cycle. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you so much.
Okay, sounds good. Any
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll say, we have to look at the evidence, and maybe trust our gut instinct as well. We know our reality. As I say, part of this win mindset is being brutally honest with ourselves. And yes, there are vampires out there. There are people who are there to exploit kind people who approach the world with compassion. I'm talking about this on Wednesday in my room, being your authentic self in business. I think how do we protect ourselves? See, it's rare that it's everyone that we need to get rid of and start again. It's not that's just not true. It is individuals who are who are there to exploit us, who are there to suck us dry. So we just have to identify them, and I think it's a constant
Yeah,
process of thinking, reviewing your relationships, even if it's mentally. And then so when you smell rat, look for now, find the evidence. Is it really now? Do you really smell rat, or is something else going on? If you have vampires in your circle, off with their heads, Mr. Queen Leah says, off with their heads. Get rid of them. But look, it's not a lack thing. I think it's a positive thing. I really think it is, right? Get rid of the ones who are not helping you and build new ones. Build more. Be more who do help you, who do elevate you, who do help you rise, who do support you, who are your real friends. We can have both, right? We don't need to get rid of everyone to have a new friend. Keep building your friends every day. Keep meeting people. Keep being that person who helps people, who supports people, who adds value to people's lives. And then
absolutely.
you can attract more of those people, right?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a great question. One thing I think a lot of us sometimes we fall into this trap. We feel that just because we've known someone for years, we have to keep them in our space. Just because someone is a family member or an uncle, or you've known them for years, like, oh, Eric, I have no choice. Like, his family. Oh, you have a choice. You have a choice. They're family members. I don't talk to that often because it doesn't help me, right? So yeah, you have a choice. So off with their heads. That's right. You do not want to be around people that are bringing you down, right? Like don't just try. I'm not. Don't just try to be a nice guy or a nice woman and shoot yourself in the foot, right? Don't associate with people that bring you down. Period. Period. Don't associate with. Limit your association if they're family or close. Limit your association with them because they will bring you down, and not everybody wants the best for you, right? Especially if you grew up with somebody, and they're like, "Who do you think you are? You're a coach now. You're writing a book now. You're doing this. You're doing that." They don't want you to succeed, and don't tell them about your dreams and goals. They definitely do not share your dreams and goals with people that are toxic or don't want you to succeed. So I want to share that. All right. Let's see. There's a question here. Okay. Question from Carl. Can someone build a winning mindset if they've never won before? Where should they start? That's good. That's a good question. Where should they start? Can they start now and build one if they've never had one before? All right. Anybody want to start?
Yeah. I'm game for this one.
Okay, go ahead.
No, theoretically, in theory, in other words, you can flip your life like that. You can choose to live differently, to be a different person. But it's a journey, as Aaron said earlier, right? It's a journey to become that person who does that, right? There's many circumstances where I can think where it's very hard to do what you've never done before. So one is sales. One in business especially, right? People struggle to charge high ticket fees that they've never paid anyone before. I'm sure Eric knows this very well. This is a fact, right? You know, I've had staff who, yes, you do all the talking, all the team meetings, all the planning, all the training. Our service costs $2,000, and you're like, go sell it, and they're like, yeah, I'll go sell it. But when they're trying to talk to people about it, because they've never seen that sort of money before, they can't communicate with confidence that the value that we give for that money, right? So that's one of the things I think is very hard to win where you never won before. But for most people, I say, get a coach. Begin this mindset journey.
Yes.
This is a calling for you today, my friends. You're here for a reason, right? Don't be like everyone else that we meet every day. You meet them too, right? The ones who listen, they hear it, they don't talk good, but their life doesn't change. Be that person who says, okay, I need my life to change. I will do what it takes to change it. That's a winning one.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Zan, go ahead.
Yes, my response to this question is this: there's always a first time to anything. There's always a first time. I can remember the first time I spoke on stage. I tell you, I never believed I could do it. I was scared. I was shaking. I was all sweating. But one thing I did it, there is always a first time. And when it comes to building a winning mindset, one thing that you must do is first believe that you can win. Most people believe that they cannot win. That's the reason why most people are not winning. Believe you can win. Now, there might be limitations. There might be reasons for you to think that you cannot win. But there is nothing impossible to a man that believes. If you can believe that you can win, you will surely win. So start with your belief. Nurture your belief. I believe I can win. I believe I will win. I believe I have what it takes to win. And I tell you, once your belief is right, you become unstoppable and you can do anything. So that's my response for that. Thank you so much. I yield my back to you, Mr. Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. By the way, Be Unstoppable is the title of our event. It's Be Unstoppable. So that's perfect. On October 20th. What's her name? I think Natasha. It's October 20th. And you'll see the link in the chat, or just go to my page. It's all over my page. All right. Okay. Who else? Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And what I mean by that is, what's your definition of winning? You woke up today. I call that a win. You're here. That's a win, right? We've all won at something. Maybe you didn't achieve that big, hairy, audacious goal, but you've done something that you've helped somebody. That's being a winner, right? You've reached out to somebody. So give yourself credit for the things that you've done that you have won.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Zan, I believe Zan hasn't spoken on this. Has he? No. Go ahead, Zan.
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay, you have. Okay.
Yes.
So I think we've all spoken on this. Okay, good. Okay. There was a question from before. I don't have it on here because I was kicked out. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up on here. Coral asked a question. 1 second. If you could go back and give your younger self one mindset lesson, what would it be? So if you can think of anything that we haven't talked about, one mindset question, something that you've learned over the years that you would have told your younger self. Anybody want to share?
Believe that you deserve it. You deserve to win. So many times when we haven't had a lot of success, sometimes we think that in our mind, right, we've never seen a lot of success. You grew up in poverty, didn't have a lot of examples. Even when it happens, we kind of self-sabotage. So just be aware of that. You deserve to win. You're doing everything that you can to win, and you deserve it.
Yes, absolutely. Love it. Who else? Zan, can you speak? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead then. Oh, go ahead, Zan. Go ahead, Zan.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. One thing I would tell my younger self, and I have to learn it. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter your background. You can be successful. You can win. Most of the time we think that, because of our background, there's certain things we cannot do. Because where we are coming from, there's certain things we cannot do. I'm a testament that your background does not define your future. You are the one that defines it. So reminding myself that, wow, it's not a matter of my background. So for anyone out there who might be thinking, oh, it's my background, it's because I'm from this country, it's because I'm from this family, that's why I'm not successful. That's a lie. That's a lie. You have to start now, take action. And I will say again, you will become unstoppable. You know, October 20th is just ringing in my head.
Be unstoppable. Yes. 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 We think alike. Absolutely. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Who else? I don't remember where we are because we've done so
No,
many.
I'm here. I'm here. Of course, I'm always here, right? Once I'm here, I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm not. I'm going to.
What I mean is I don't remember who's spoken on this
Okay.
question because I have to
No.
go through every four people each
Yeah.
time. So,
Yeah.
go
No.
ahead.
So no, you'll be able to see me soon enough, right?
Go ahead.
Look, one of the biggest lessons I learned is that my attitude to the world determines attitude towards me. One of the biggest lessons I ever learned. See, I'm human, same as all of us, right? And I was that person who would sit here in my office and say, "My family, they're evil." Whenever I talk to them, they don't agree with me. They're like, no, we're always arguing. It's their fault. Then I go downstairs, lo and behold, have a fight with someone, and just to validate my point, right? Come back and say it's their fault. So but eventually, I've learned it's the way I treat people that determines how they treat me. Try it, my friends. Even if there's someone that you think you're always arguing with, come with a different attitude. You see, but the same thing applies to getting paid by a client. Oh wow, they can't afford it anyway. So surprise, surprise, when we do a sales call and they're like, that's a bit much. I can't afford it. No, it's an attitude to the world, right? Client doesn't pay me. They're terrible. They're evil. They must be the worst people in the world. Then you realize is the way I approach them. There's better ways to get paid. How
Absolutely.
and your belief and all that comes into it, right? If you approach them with, they're gonna pay me because they owe me the money, right? I've done the work that they asked for. They're gonna pay me. I'm saying the
All
way
right.
we approach the world.
Thank you so much. Let's keep moving. I have 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So I appreciate that, Eddie, for that great tip. Anybody else? We got 3 minutes. Anybody else?
I want to just touch on a question that was asked by Tracy. She says, who we are or what we do, which comes first? I'm going to give you my $2 million sense, which is for me, average people are who they are. And then what they do, champions, we flip it. We do what champions do, and then we become who we want to become.
Okay.
Great Money Monday. Love it.
Yes. Great question. Great question. So I think, Zan, have you spoken on this? Not sure. You have? Okay, good. All right, good. So we have 3 minutes. Real quick, if you are here live, put in #live so we know you're here live. If you are watching on replay, #replay. And again, all we ask is you share this with others. So just go to where it says, what does it say on LinkedIn? Repost. Yeah, just repost this. Right? Just repost what we're doing today. And welcome to all the people that joined later. Paulette, welcome. Michael, welcome. Let's see. Michael, the other people. I know Jackie. Okay, if I didn't call your name, it's because I didn't see you. Sorry. But yeah, so again, my event is October 20th. It's free. Click on the link. It's successwitheric.com/Be Unstoppable 2025. But the link is there. We'd love to see all your wonderful faces. And you know me, I'm going to shout you out live. I'm good if I see your face. So appreciate all of you. And we are here for those of you that are new. We are here every Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. All right. Check your time zone. We are here 7 a.m. Eastern time. So you can learn from us every single Monday and definitely share with others. All right. So it has been a pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be here with you this morning. We will see you next week. Make it a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And